Good morning, grade 1 mathematicians. Today we're going to be doing skip counting by 5s and 10s. Our learning target is I can skip count forwards and backwards by 5s. So can you skip count by 5 going up? Can you skip count by 5 going down? What if I asked you to start at a number like 55? Could you go up from there or down from there? That's what you want to be able to do. And the other learning target is being able to skip count by 10s starting from any number. So you could count by 10s starting from 50, but what about if I gave you the number 13? Could you count by 10s then? That's what we'll be looking at today. So here is a 100 chart, and if we are going to be counting on a 100 chart by 10s, what would we say? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Can I get you to say it with me? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And so when we're counting by 10s, you noticed that all we did was go down one row on our 100 chart. So I have a question. How is counting by 10s the same as counting by 1s? What patterns do you see when you're counting by 10s and when you're counting by 1s? Okay, fantastic. Joseph said the first digit is the same when you're counting by 10s and when you're counting by 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Oh, yeah. Ethan said that the sounds are the same. So 2 and 20 sound the same. 3 and 30 sound the same. 4 and 40, 5 and 50, 6 and 60, 7 and 70, 8, 80, 9, 90, and those are very much the same. So if you had a number or a 100 chart with you and you were looking at it, and I recommend that you have a 100 chart, if I asked you to start at 50, what would be 10 more than 50? 60, and then 70, and then 80, 90, and then 100. So if I give you a number, could you tell me the next 10? So what if I said we'll start at 70? What would be after 70? Say it out loud. Yeah, 80. Yep, 90 and 100. Okay. So those are the things that you'll need to be able to do. But could you count backwards by 10s? Now, if you're starting at 100, that's going to be the bottom corner. And if we're counting backwards, we kind of just go up one row. So it would be 100, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. And then if it was there, it would be 0. That's counting backwards. Now, can you count forwards and backwards by 10 from any number? So let's see. If we started from the number 12 and we wanted to be 10 more, we would look one row below. So 10 more than 12 would be 22, and then it would be 32, and then 42, and 52, and 62, 72. And I bet you notice a pattern in one of the digits. One of those digits stays the same. Yeah, it's the ones digit, right? So 1, 2, 12 ends with a 2. 22 ends with a 2. 32, 42, 52, they all end with 2. Great. Okay, what if I started from a different number? 47. What would be 10 more than 47? That's right, 57. And then 67, 77, 87. Good. What would be, let's count backwards from 47 though. It will always end in 7, so since we're starting at 47, what would be 10 less than 47? That's right, 37, 27, 17, and then 7. So you can pause it here and see if you can tell your mom or your dad, your brother or sister, how you would count up by 10 starting from these numbers. So pause it now, and I'll let you do that. Okay, so the first one, if you had paused it and you shared, it would be 51, 61, 71, 81, and then 91. But what if you were counting backwards by tens? See if you can tell someone near you how you would count backwards from these numbers by tens. You can use a 100 chart. That is okay. Okay, I'll pause it now and work on these ones. Okay, great. I'm going to give you the answer to the first one. It was 97, then 87, 77, 67, and 57. And that is counting up and down by tens. Now, we have fives, counting up and down by fives. Let's count by fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. If you want to pause this video and practice on your own, see if you can do it on your own, please do that. But can we also count backwards by fives? So let's say we're starting at 20. And we're going to count backwards by fives. We wouldn't go from 20 to 10. We would go down to, that's right, 15. And then to 10. And then to 5. So, how about we'll start at the number 75. Can you count backwards by 5 starting at 75? Well, we'll go down to 70. 65, 60, 55, 50, 45, 40, and so on. So you want to be able to practice this, use your 100 chart, make sure you're able to count up by fives and down by fives. So if I gave you something that looked like this, could you count up by fives? If I gave you something that looked like this, could you count backwards by fives? See if you can do those things. Now, imagine, why are we learning this? It's because if we have a big group of numbers, things to count, it's going to be hard to count them all, and it would take forever to count them all one by one. And so what we can do as a strategy is to circle some, or if we have the actual stars or counters there, we can make little piles of fives. And once we circle groups of 5, then we can count them by just counting up by fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, and so on and so forth. And we can count up really high really quickly. And that is what we want to be able to do. So, you have a bit of work in your books, and I'll get you to practice some of these things, okay? There was a lot of things in here, but we've done some of them in our class already, and it'll just take a bit of practicing if you don't have them mastered yet. Okay, have a great day. God bless.